Princess Charlotte's birthday was tinged with concern for her mother's well-being. Yesterday, May 2nd, marked her 9th year. Amidst a swirl of uncertainty, social media was graced with a fresh photograph. To underscore the gravity of the matter, the British press, and notably Kensington Palace, affirmed that none other than the Princess of Wales, Kate Middleton, was the photographer. Yet, the secrets this image harbors are bound to stun many, particularly in light of recent headlines by Spanish journalist Concha Calleja, whose revelations have rippled through the Anglophone media from the United States to Australia. Calleja has essentially intimated that Kate Middleton's health is in decline, her absence from the public eye prolonged, and even asserted that all recent visual depictions of Middleton are fabrications, leaving the public in the dark about Prince William's wife and the prospective Queen since Christmas Day, December 25, 2023. This comes at a time when King Charles III's health is a source of deep concern in England. Further stirring the pot, there's buzz in the Spanish press about Middleton's alleged hair loss and her aversion to wigs, which might explain her purported desire to avoid public scrutiny. However, as weeks pass, these issues fade into the background, overshadowed by an overarching sense of peculiarity. As I mentioned, on April 23rd, young Louis' birthday, controversy brewed when Kensington Palace broke protocol, failing to pre-release his birthday photograph for media coverage, a deviation from tradition that led to a rushed publication. The photo, though endearing with Louis' ear-to-ear grin, raised suspicions, as his shirt bore a striking resemblance to the one from the ill-fated Mother's Day, a day I remain skeptical about, suspecting Middleton's involvement in a Photoshop debacle that has since sown seeds of doubt and debate across social networks and beyond. The situation has not reached its denouement. As I've noted, Charlotte's birthday has passed, amplifying the doubts and uncertainties. Even the British media, typically reserved in such matters, are speaking up. GB News, for instance, has highlighted what many have observed: the identical shade of red, the strikingly similar jacket. British news channels confirm it is indeed the same cardigan, the same jacket worn on Mother's Day, potentially marking one of the monarchy's most trying times. The battle with illness was challenging enough, but this scandal is also significant, and it's remarkable that the same attire is featured in a new photo. It wouldn't be peculiar unless we were told that Kate Middleton, once again, recently took this photograph, which is noteworthy because those familiar with England know it has been quite chilly there, as in Spain, with recent weeks being particularly cold. It's surprising to see Charlotte so lightly dressed for the cold, with temperatures easily at 2, 3, 4 degrees Celsius. Beyond this detail, it's conspicuous that Kate Middleton and the royal family chose to use clothing and a moment that indelibly reminds us of what they likely wish to forget. There were even discussions that Carol Middleton was quite upset about how these matters were managed, and she might have been displeased with her son-in-law, William, for allowing his wife, battling illness, to shoulder the blame and criticism for a photo she probably never edited. Regardless of all this, despite the resurgence of this controversy, it's evident that there are questions and doubts that clearly indicate that what's happening is far from normal. The global press is closely watching these events. As I've mentioned, the official narrative is that Kate Middleton has taken this photo again, that she wanted to immortalize this moment anew and has taken control of the social networks following the Mother's Day incident. But the doubts and questions are growing more profound. For instance, a Spanish TV host suggested that, whether true or not, it's odd for the royal family to repeat itself, right? They might want to convey a message of frugality, but it doesn't quite add up. This was articulated by La Sexta's host, Alfonso Aras, who essentially stated that England's budgets are high, indeed the highest among European monarchies, and they are generous enough to afford several jackets for a princess, as in Charlotte's case. Some argue that disseminating a message of frugality seems illogical, especially when they possess crowns, diamonds, tiaras, and an array of luxuries. But the issue doesn't end there, as many on social networks regard these developments with skepticism. From Lewis's seemingly repeated shirt to the conspicuous jacket that reappears and shouldn't be repeated, because, I must emphasize, the Mother's Day situation was truly regrettable. For the public and the realm of public discourse, this event has been a complex affair to navigate. Social media consensus points to one thing: Kate Middleton is not well, with some even bluntly suggesting that she is neither comatose nor deceased, and that no message is being attempted because it would be nonsensical. If Kate Middleton is indeed behind these photographs, she must be savvy enough to foresee the controversy that would ensue if she were to post an image of her daughter in the same attire as on Mother's Day. Beyond all this, as I have previously stated, the situation is genuinely intricate, particularly in light of recent developments. The British press remains silent. They divulge no new information, and many are now heeding Concha Caleja's words, which paint a picture of grave concern, indicating that Kate Middleton is feeling extremely unwell and that the situation is far from positive, making it peculiar that she is nowhere to be seen. Some speculate that while Kate Middleton can photograph her children, she cannot make a public appearance, cannot show herself to even slightly reassure the public. Why has she been absent for 6 months? Why has she not been seen publicly for nearly as long? That is the question. Doubts abound, and Charlotte's photograph has reignited concerns, leaving the matter open to question. Indeed, the doubts persist, and Charlotte's photograph has once again raised alarms. Some might wonder, what will William's response be? In recent days, if I am not mistaken, just yesterday, William visited a center producing eco-friendly, low-carbon goods and took part in an awards ceremony. He was there, wasn't he? At such an event, particularly in Newcastle, Prince William was queried about this matter since the press was present, and this time he chose to respond, a departure from his usual reticence. Someone approached him and inquired, "Do you mind if I ask how your wife and children are?" And indeed, Prince William replied, "All is well, thank you, yes, we are fine." These were William's words in response to the escalating doubts concerning his wife's health. As I've mentioned, there are many doubts, and the photograph adds an element of peculiarity. Some might argue we're searching for a non-existent issue, and I understand that some people trust official sources, and they are justified. But it is certainly surprising that Charlotte is once again wearing the same clothes as on Mother's Day. Concurrently, Concha Caleja's information suggests that we haven't seen Kate Middleton for 6 months, that all the photographs and everything presented to us are entirely fabricated, and that her health is far from stable. I await your comments. What are your thoughts on all that has transpired? Certainly it is, at least for me, quite astonishing.